I have here the final examination, spring 1979, from the American Fencing Academy, covering the topic of the epee. I want to say that, keep in mind that in sharing these with you, that I'm not suggesting that this is the way we always do things now. You know, I do quite a few things differently than we used to do at the Academy. But fundamentally, we were about real fencing. In 1979, there was nothing to distinguish the sport of fencing from classical fencing. And there's very little to distinguish classical fencing from training for the duel. So that's where we were at, and that's where I'm still at. Anyway, I'll share these questions with you, and you see how would you answer these questions if you were taking the test. First, the essay questions. Number 1, discuss the use of the prise de fer at epee. Compare their tactical use at epee to other weapons and discuss specific tactical situations. Number 2, describe the 2 target areas at epee and discuss their uses in epee fencing. Mention counterattacks, compound actions, and defensive considerations. Number 3, discuss the 2 defensive games at epee, one based on the use of the point, one on the parry. Mention the effects on the control of distance, possible offensive actions following each defense, and the types of second intention actions which might be involved. Number 4, discuss the differences between beginning, intermediate, and advanced lessons, and mention some technical points which might mark each. Number 5, describe typical compound blade work actions and typical compound tempo actions used at epee, and discuss their place in epee fencing. Mention targets, physical differences between opponents, and other tactical factors. And then we have the 5 oral questions. Number 1, describe the cone of protection theory and how it relates to epee fencing. Number 2, describe the attacks au fer and discuss their use in modern epee. Number 3, a trick question. Number 3, describe the differences between throw touches, also known as the flick, and thrusts, and discuss their uses in modern epee. I say that's a trick question because Maître Gillet despised the so-called flick, because epee is a thrusting weapon, and a flick dynamically, physically, in every way, cannot be defined as a thrust. A thrust is a linear action. Further, the flick cannot be done with a real sword. It can only be done with a highly flexible sport epee blade. However, he wanted us to be able to not just say, as he would say, it's bullshit, not just condemn it, but be able to give the reasons why that this is not only stupid in terms of swordsmanship, but also a violation of the rules. The flick is cheating. And even if everyone does it, it's still cheating. Anyway. Number 4. Describe the parry system at epee and discuss the advantages and disadvantages of the various parries with respect to same hand and opposite hand fencers. And number 5, describe the theory of deception with contact and without contact and discuss its use in epee fencing. So there are, those are the questions from 1979. If you find any of them interesting or would like to discuss how you would answer it or how we answered it, give us a holler.